it is Sunday. Just cranked out some work, small things on the vlog, as well as some graphics I worked on for a client. Yeah, now it is 11:30 on a Sunday. Probably gonna go out to do some filmmaking and some photography just for fun with one of my friends. And yeah, but that's the truth of business. That's how it looks like Sunday morning in front of the computer working. But yeah, I love it. Yo, bro.
Doing, bro. So I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Neither do I. It's going to pay off one day. It surely will. You just gotta keep going. And look, money is just a form of value. And the more value you can bring to the table, the more money you will make. It's as simple as an equation as that. And sometimes you don't feel like doing it. Sometimes the client sends me a video and I'm like, I don't really want to do this, but I still do it because it has to be done. If I look at the work and I zoom out and I look at the work I do, I love it. I love it. And it's the process of building things and changing things and improving that makes it exciting. I'm not hyped every day for the work I'm doing. Some days I'm like, try and ask yourself, what do you do every day to get there? Do you work as hard as you think you work? Do you spend as much time, efficiently time, on the things you want to do as you think you do? You should spend more time producing than consuming. And I don't think you should cut back working on your skill, because as I said, money is just a reflection of the value you bring to the table. So you gotta improve that. So you gotta improve your skill. That's what I was saying. And I appreciate the feedback for the video, by the way. I'll probably post it today or tomorrow. I'm still a bit freaked out, to be honest. So yeah.
Makes sense, man. Makes sense. But you've already done content before, so
yeah, you're right about that. I did TikToks and they were man, I think you wrote me a message and by the way, Dimitri, I opened TikTok the other day to search for something and found your old account. It's crazy how much we changed both physically and mentally. And then I went on the old account and watched a few of the videos and I was like, damn. I'm looking forward to meet up with you guys in Geneva.
Alright, man, have a good one.
Have a good one. Bye bye, man. Take care. We're now done with meetings for today. I wrote down a few things that need to be done TikTok wise for one of the clients because there's a lot of potential, so I gotta work my ass off to get that back on track, as well as a lot more translation videos that will need to be done, as well as more long form videos. So there's a bunch of work on my plate. I gotta make sure it all fits into the schedule, update the schedule for this week to make sure I can pack all of that in and make sure I have everything and everything is done when it needs to be done. So yeah, a bunch of work on that side, but yeah, let's get back to work. On my way to get a haircut right now. It is almost 3 p.m. right now. I've managed to finish almost all the translation videos I wanted to do this morning. It took a bit longer than expected because the videos had a bit more faults than I expected, and thus had to make some adjustments. But yeah, otherwise, pretty good. One of the videos unfortunately had too many mistakes with the numbers. We had that problem, that's why we stopped. So we could give the AI some time to get better. And it's better now. It's still not perfect, but it's crazy what AI can do. But at the moment, yeah, I just started running it through again now, so that hopefully when I come back it's done and I can finish those as well. So they're all scheduled, and I've done that work for the whole week. Then I have some competitor analysis to do for TikTok/Shorts this afternoon as well, which will take up some time, and also a long form YouTube video that needs to be edited as well. But yeah, we'll manage to do that today, and otherwise I have some time to do the video tomorrow morning as well, the long form, but I would at least begin with it today, yeah, so I have less work tomorrow. But yeah, that's the plan for today, and yeah, let's get that done. Bit of an up and down in business. Sometimes good things happen, they make you happy, you've achieved something, and then another thing hits and you're like, I'm nobody, I'm fucked, what the fuck am I doing? It's the thought process we have all of the time. And I was just reflecting on the week and the day. We're Wednesday today. I was working on a video just a few minutes ago that I now finished, but it should have been ready a lot earlier, and it's my fault. I started a lot too late this morning and wasn't efficient. I let myself distract by other things, which didn't help the productivity and made it a lot longer to do. Now, nothing bad happened. The client was okay with it, but I'm not okay with it. Because at the end of the day, it's gotta be faster, it's gotta be more efficient in order to make more money and to be more valuable. Because at the end, money is just a sort of stored value. That's how I should say it. So yeah, I reflected a bit on the things and made sure I had some action points on what to work on in order to have a growth in the business. Need to put out more content. I'm doing this vlog that I try to post every week, but I want to do more of that, so I'll do reels out of it. By the time you see this vlog, there will be already a few reels out from the vlog, so to use that as well as to have reels that showcase my work on the other hand. So yeah, this is what I'm working on, just to show you guys transparently. It's not always happy and on all going good. That was a bit of a setback for today, that I need to get better with this, and because the quality of the work when you're stressed or extremely stressed because you need to finish editing the video in the next 10 minutes, the stress is not going to help the quality, and the quality should be high. The things I'm delivering should be high. If I look back, and again, it's a thing of zooming out, if I look back at what my editing looked like 3 or even 4 years ago, or even just 1 year ago, it was miles behind what it is today. So hey, I've come along pretty far, but it still needs to get better and better. So yeah, gonna continue and implement the things I now talked about. Hopefully my video editing software wakes up, because it's not responding at the moment. But that's fine.
It is Thursday evening. I'm just editing the second vlog, and I have a bit of a challenge with editing the vlog. And it's due to the way I speak, because I'm not very efficient while speaking. I talk a lot and give out all of my thoughts. And I need to get better at being concise with what I say in order to make it more watchable for you. Because now I have a 15-minute raw cut that is about 80% of me just talking. And I need to reduce that because otherwise the video is way too boring. And we need to make it a bit entertaining. So that's a bit of a challenge. I'll see how I'll try and fix that. But yeah, it's not all nice. And it's difficult to make sure a video is good and it is entertaining for you guys, but also it has some learning aspects in it. Other very interesting thing, I just had a call with a potential client, very, very spontaneous. I'm on Upwork and I got a message from somebody in Switzerland as well that said, hey, we need some help with reels. We need 30 reels a month. And here's what the reels look like. We'll give you scripts. And they basically sent me a message. I responded within a minute. And then about 10 minutes later, we were on the Zoom call. So that's how fast it can go. And the lesson here is just be fast. That's how it is in business. You gotta be fast, and if you're not, you're missing out. So yeah, that's my learning for today. It is now almost 12. I've done pretty much everything I wanted to do. I'll continue editing the vlog tomorrow. Just made the raw cut. I'll look into it tomorrow again to make sure I make it a bit more entertaining for you guys. But it is a challenge. But yeah, otherwise, let's get it. Good morning, guys. On my way in my car to Geneva right now. About 30 minutes in, 1.5 hours to go. On my way to meet up with Yassin and Mark there in Geneva. We'll record a podcast episode because they have a podcast called The Weekly Break. Shout out to them. You should definitely check it out. Very interesting podcast. We'll record one of those episodes today in Geneva, and we'll also just meet up, talk business, and have a good time there on this Sunday afternoon. So I'm very pumped for that. Yeah, about 1.5 hours to go. Currently listening to a book on Audible, which is called Never Enough, from Barista to Billionaire, from Andrew Wilkinson. I can definitely recommend that book. It's very interesting, where he talks about especially one of the high level things that then go into acquiring companies, and he talks about his experiences together with Charlie Munger, the investor that worked together with Warren Buffett, because he unfortunately passed away, I think in November last year. But very interesting things he talks about there. 5 hours in, or 2.5 hours into the book, and still a few to listen to, but yeah, that's about it. So yeah, on the road now. It's always crazy when you come to Geneva, the amount of wealth that's in there, even for Switzerland standards, because Switzerland is crazy. I only realized that when I come back from France, for example, from a vacation, and then I see that when when you compare alone the cars and just how the way things are done, it is crazy. But when you come to Geneva, it's another level.
Hey guys, welcome back to the weekly break. We have a special guest that's back on the podcast here today. So, welcome Dimitri. How are you?
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I think what ties into it is focus. You can do exponentially more while being full-time. Called up Yassin. I remember that very well. I said, Yassin, he was doing TikTok at the time. He was doing these, I call them, where you played two people. But one was the Grandpa Store. That's what I remember. And it was one of those videos that I edited. I put subtitles in, and that was the first video I put in on Fiverr. So I gotta give you the credit for that. On Fiverr as an example of how the video.
Where's his cut?
Alright, on my way back from Geneva in my car right now. It was a wonderful few hours we had there. Some very interesting conversations. We recorded the podcast. Thanks again for Mark for having me, for having us there. And as you just saw, this wonderful image of the highway down below with the airport that's just on the side with the plane swinging by, which was wonderful, man. It was honestly wonderful. I love planes. Since I was a kid, I was always interested in those things, and yeah, it was wonderful to see that. And now heading home again, I saw a plane. I hope the image looks good because it was very fast, and while driving it's not always easy to pick up the camera and try and film a few things. But yeah, that was very insightful. We had very insightful conversations there. Now on my way back, I have an about 1.5 hour drive home, and then I'll make sure I'll plan the next week and crank out maybe 1 or 2 hours of some edits, and then yeah, off to the new week, I would say. But yeah, now the drive home. Why don't they stay young? It's so hard to get on to without a cause. I don't want to perish like a phoenix. It's like diamonds in the sun, and diamonds are forever. So many adventures couldn't happen today. So many songs we forgot to play. And came home, just edited the podcast in question that we recorded today. I'll link the podcast down below if it's already out when this video comes out, and otherwise I'll just add it once the podcast will be online. So if the podcast is released by the weekly break, then the link will be down below. Otherwise, go subscribe to the weekly break channel, and then you'll be notified when the video in question is released. The editing is pretty simple and it's pretty straightforward. Just make sure that the colors look good and we're in frame, and all of the things where we fucked up are cut out. We just had a phone ringing during a part of the episode, and so I cut that out, but otherwise it's straight, authentic, how the podcast is. The goal is not to do any bits of cuts and a bunch of those things, so that's all. But yeah, hope you'll enjoy. Go give feedback to those guys about the weekly break in the comments there. But that was it for this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give me feedback in the comments about things you like, things you don't like, and make sure to subscribe to not miss future episodes.